We are Billy Goat. We love you, fam. Hashtag givers gang. 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 We are Billy Goat. We are Billy Goat.
Hey, what's going on, Crypto fam? It's your boy Tex Mex Biomex stepping up for Crypto Billy today. The whole team is, of course, ready to lead this wild ride with Redman, Dave Digital, Jimbo Fett, and later on we will have our chart king of the day, DarkCrash. So we're diving into crypto chaos. Bitcoin retesting 115 after jumping up to 118. Support among spot outflows, mining difficulty, and all-time highs of 142.3 trillion. Alts like Sol blasting off to 238, and ETH reserves tightening to historic lows. I'm bringing the heat and expect some big calls, bigger vibes, and a little bit of Tex-Mex spice for you. Dave's hyping up some memes and DJing plays, and he's always got the sound card and the soundboard in the background, having a lot of fun for us. And we got Redman dropping some deep research bombs. I'm like I ran in the summer. And then we got DarkCrash is going to chart our way to success, and Jimbo's going to school us a little bit more and maybe talk about some trading cards, maybe some crypto. And so we're going to get into Bitcoin mining, all-time highs, MYX manipulation drama, some token 2049 buzz, and some more. So let's get into it. What's going on, fam? So let me start by saying hello to Jimbo Fett. What's going on, Jimbo? How you doing today?
What's going on, Tony? Another, actually a
Texas
rainy day
law.
here in Texas.
So a rainy day in Texas, in Houston, and the Texans lose, and they're 0-3. That's all right. Dave Digital, what's going on, brother? Can't hear you. Can't hear you.
Why you
You're
can't
muted,
hear me? Maybe you can't hear me because I am muted. So yeah, don't know what's going on. A lot of sideways action on the Bitcoin. Don't know if this is as low as it would go or if we are going lower. Not sure yet. So we'll have to just keep an eye on it.
And you can talk a little bit about that little ticker you've got above you. I think you built that thing up there for you, which is pretty cool. But you can tell us about that a little bit later as we watch the Bitcoin chart roll. And Redman, what's going on? Redman from sunny Las Vegas, I'm sure. What's going on, brother?
Yeah, so it's sunny and it's 80 degrees. So life is good right now in Las Vegas. I'm loving it. Thankful for another day not promised. Back up to you, Tony.
Cool. So let's go ahead and say hello to the chat. Jimbo, you want to take over the first round today?
Sure. If I can find my mouse here. Looks like, well, as far as back as I can see, hang on, let me check over here. Make sure we get the right first in chat. Ooh, I'm glad I looked. Nope, they match up. So it looks like Mike Vollmer was first in the chat, followed by Jesse. We had Philly Whiz Kids came in. What up, Papa Pete? Alexandra G, always in the chat. Who else we got down here? K Diggity came and hung out with us last night on our stream. Had a lot of fun ripping some cards with him last night. And DarkCrash. Who else we got? Andrea. And who am I missing? Crypto Battle. And that's Dave. Oh, there's Poe Man. What up, Poe? And I think that rounds it out right now.
Awesome.
There's my ninja.
Dave, hit the siren. Alexandra G just gifted 5 Givers Gain 111 membership. So thank you, Alexandra G. You're the OG mod of all the cryptos. Thank you. So what do we got next coming up, gentlemen? I think we have a little bit of time to. Is it time to pop the bubbles, Red? Let's
pop those bubbles. Let me just get my face out of the picture here. All right, let's see what we got here. We're in the hourly. This is the first 100 coins. Tony, if you want to make my screen big, that would be great. Thank you.
Yeah, and while he's doing that, let's say hi to some lurkers. We got Meninjas lurking, Los on Cryptos lurking, Andrew lurking, CC Crypto Ciety lurking, and Hitho Scripts lurking. Hello to the lurkers, so welcome to the game.
All right,
Hello,
so
lurkers.
for the crypto bubbles on the hourly, we got mostly red for the day. We got some green. IP stories up 4.3%, 30% on the daily. So congrats to the IP story people. They're up 2 spots to number 30, $4.65 billion market cap. That's IP. Story is the ticker. Pay attention to that one. It's an AI play. Let's go on over here to Aster. I started doing research on this coin until I found out it was a BNB coin. Once I found that out, I went ahead and hit next. So this thing's on 2.6% increase for the day. It's sitting at rank number 48. The market cap's 2.42 billion. Is that real or is it not real? I don't know. Those are the questions that I'm asking.
Red, go into that a little bit. So tell me why, when you see it to be a B coin, that turns you off immediately.
I'm just not.
Yes.
It's hard to trust the BNB people. It's just really hard
What have they
to
done?
get into the Binance because there's just some shady stuff that we'll talk about on the live today. We'll give you guys some alpha on what's going on with MYX, but it's not unknown. Like this happens with a lot of the smaller coins on Binance, and so we just kind of want to, I guess, warn our community. Nothing against CZ. I love CZ as a person, great, but Binance, I'm not thrilled about. And there's a lot of fraud, there's a lot of manipulation, and we'll kind of get into that later. XDC, it's up 1.6%. XDC, there's a short on Billy Goat Tails channel. I put a short out on XDC. You should go check it out. It's up 3 spots to number 72. The market cap is $1.40 billion. XDC doing pretty good for the week. It's up 2.8% for the year. It's up 178%. FTN, which is the fast token, which was what token, Dave?
FTN?
Yeah,
I don't know
the
what do you
fast
mean.
token. What was it before it was the fast token?
I have no clue. I don't really trade a lot of BGM token.
All right, we're gonna
How
have to
about
look
you,
that up
chat?
because this token has changed. It used to be another exchange token or a wallet token, if you will. I'm having a brain fart right now, and I'll have to come back to it later on in the show. But it's up one spot to number 60, $1.87 billion market cap. That's FTN. Flare showing a little bit of flare. All right, up 1.2% for the hour, for the daily, 2.4% for the year. It's up 65% for the year. So if you got into Flare and you held, congratulations. Flare. Another big one I've been looking at is Near. Near has had a little push on the monthly, 16% up for the month. Another AI play. Near is in has a lot of different things going on. It's got gaming, it's got NFTs, it's got a whole bunch of different things in its ecosystem. It's up to rank 36. Market cap is 3.92 billion. Near, it's on all the major exchanges. Let's go on to the daily real quick. Anything notable other than IP killing it right now, 29%. We got the Trump brothers. The Trump brothers are making a statement here. They're up 16% for the week. For the daily, it's 9.5%. It's sitting at rank 25. This is the World Liberty Financial Token, $6.71 billion market cap. Congrats to the World Liberty 5 people. Let's see, anything else notable? Not really. Let's go on to the monthly. All right. So this is the MYX token I was telling you guys about. We kind of looked up what MYX stood for. It doesn't really stand for anything or that we know of just yet. Grok couldn't really give us an answer. Super Grok couldn't give us an answer, but we looked. Anyways, somehow it's up 252 spots to number 61, $1.86 billion market cap. That's MYX Finance. Maybe some manipulation, maybe some Sybil attack going on here. There's problems with the airdrop. OKX is involved. And as you guys know, the OKX token pumped astronomically earlier on in the year. How did it do that? They cut the supply on the token. Kind of seeing some weird stuff going on with this thing. There's some big YouTubers out there pushing it, waiting for that next pump. I don't know. It's a little risky for me. I'm staying out of it. Pith is up 27% for the month. Pith still watching it. Looks like it's in an accumulation zone, ready for the next pump. So yeah, I'm watching Pith. I'm watching IP. I'm watching Pump.fun. Yes, you heard that right. I am watching Pump.fun. It's up 32 spots to number 49. The market cap's $2.36 billion. It's got $557 million 24-hour trading volume on this token. Something to watch for. Still sitting underneath a penny. Still could be like, you buy a little bit of it and wait a couple years. It could blow up. Crow, the only reason why I'm bringing this up because we have DarkCrash on today. I'm sure he'll bring up a Crow chart. Crow's up 5 spots to number 22. We know about the Trump, the Trump merger and all that other stuff that's going on with Crow. $7.69 billion market cap, sitting at 37, a little less than 37 cents. Oh, 22 cents now. Sorry, this threw me off here. A little local high of 37 cents. Let's see. Anything else? Oh, AVAX. Yeah, AVAX. Wow. Ever since 22 bucks, AVAX has been making a pretty good push here. I mean, this is a lot of strength. This is strength, accumulation, strength, accumulation, strength, accumulation, and then a nice little pump here at the end. I don't think AVAX is done. It's up 4 spots to number 14, $13.95 billion market cap. There's United States involved with AVAX, the DMV and whatnot. A lot of different things going on with this chain. The gaming is outrageous on this chain. I love a couple games that are on the AVAX blockchain. Let's see what else we got here. What else we got? World Mobile Token. Still not invested. I have a really close friend of mine that's all about this coin. He loves OpenAI. He loves ChatGPT. He loves that whole situation. He thinks that this token is going to be integrated into ChatGPT somehow. We'll have to wait to be seen. We'll have to wait to see if that actually comes to fruition or not. Hit a local high of $2.06. He thinks it's going to $10 by the end of the year. I think that's Moon Boy figures, but we'll see what happens with WorldCoin. Anyways, Tony, that's pretty much all I got other than the gas that I passed. Sorry about that, guys. I'll send it back over to you, Tony.
Foot foul. Come on. I think there's a noise canceling, so you don't have to share. TMI.
It wasn't.
It's all good, Red. It's natural. Oh, natural. So let's go ahead and jump into the coin market cap. All right, so we've got the coin market cap here with the total market cap at 4.03 trillion. We actually were above 410 trillion earlier this week. So we're down a little bit, but still over that 4 trillion mark. Some people are calling for 20 trillion. Some people are calling for 6. So I don't know what you plan on at the end of the year, chat, but let us know what you think it's going to be. So we've got, obviously you got the top gainers and everything else. Someone must be at my front door if you can hear the dogs. Okay. So Redman did a great job covering most of the top coins. I won't go over much of that right now, but let's look over the real world assets. Of course, we've got the tokenized gold. We got the tokenized other stocks like NVIDIA Corp, Microsoft. So, before in the last couple of months, we've seen the real world assets really go to a lot more of the tokenized stocks as far as some of the figures. And the total market cap for the tokenized assets is $2.42 billion. And it's a little bit up, and you can see kind of the chart there on that. All right, so let's go over to the Fear and Greed Index. The Fear and Greed is at 48. It hasn't really moved a whole bunch. You can see that last week it was at 52. Yesterday it was at 48. Last month it was at 50. So we're hovering right around the 50 mark. Hasn't moved a whole bunch. Oh, What do we got,
Oh man,
Dave?
ain't Poe.
Looks like Pole Man dropping 20 gift memberships. And man, do we have a lot of lurkers.
Hey, well, hopefully the lurkers get lucky and get those gifted memberships. Thank you, Poe Man. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Let me jump over to the coin market cap. Let's see the altcoin season index. So Redman, we jumped over 75. So maybe that is the beginning of the altcoin season. We jumped over 75, I think, on the 17th, which was my birthday. So maybe the altcoin season is my birthday gift. We'll see if that's going to start kicking off soon. Today we're at 74. Yesterday we were at 78. And last week we were at 72. So what do you all think? You think we're about to pump on the altcoins?
Yeah, so if by y'all you mean Dave Digital, I think that there's, like we said several times, I think there's going to be there's going to be a few altcoins that have this season. The rest of them, you're not your altcoins, not going through the season. You didn't get drafted to the team. You're not going to the Super Bowl. You're not playing in the preseason. You're just not playing. Most of them aren't going to play this year. There's going to be a lot that do play, and by a lot, I mean, what is it, 1% now? How many coins do we have? Billing say 30 million now?
Yeah, there's tons of them. Red's showing it in the background. I mean, Bitcoin dominance is at 57.87, down from 65% in May. Maybe there's a rotation coming. We talked about the indicator at 75, and we've obviously crossed that. That was a happy birthday to me as I was getting better. Thank you all for understanding I couldn't be here for the last couple episodes of different our X Space and our last Sunday.
I heard you were older than me now.
Hey, I'm a little older than you.
Yeah, older.
I'm like 49 and a half. I think you're just 49.
Yeah, something like that. Something
like that. Something like that. So next year, I guess I'll have to have one of those over the hill type of parties. Maybe
Black
it'll be over the
balloons.
Bitcoin. Black balloons.
Yeah, man.
My,
It'd be
my,
like
my car's named Black Betty. So there you go.
yeah, I have
Get
a buddy that is kind of old. Let's hear from him.
America is a nation that can be defined in a single word. I was going to put him, excuse me.
That's what you're looking forward to right there, Tony.
Hey, I'm looking forward to it. Hopefully that's still 20, 30 years off. So let's go ahead and dive into our first topic of the day, which is Bitcoin difficulty hits all-time high. We had Bitcoin mining difficulty smashed a new all-time high at 142.3. Is that terahashes today? Network beast mode or mining bloodbath? What do you all think? Bitcoin's mining difficulty, it's how hard it is to add blocks. For those that are new to crypto, Bitcoin's mining difficulty means how hard it is to actually solve and add Bitcoin blocks. So it hit that on the 20th of September, up 29.6 year to date, with hash rate at 1.1 terahash per second. Signals stronger security, but squeezes small miners and amid rising energy costs and centralization fears. So what are y'all's thoughts on the Bitcoin hash and the mining difficulty? What's your take on that? Let's start with Red Man down there.
Yeah, so my notes say Bitcoin's mining difficulty surged 4.63% to a block height of 915,000. Wow. Marking the fifth consecutive increase since June 2025, reflecting heightened network security and competition among miners. That's outstanding, right? Zetahash, I mean, we were on petahash, right, Jimmy? We were at petahash. Now we're on Zetahash. I don't know how high that goes, but it sounds like nobody's going to be able to mine a block here pretty soon because the difficulty is going to be so high. I mean, how, like, you know, even if you have the most powerful miner, you know, it's going to take forever just because of the mining difficulty. But yeah, for miners, increased difficulty means higher operational costs. They're going to have to spend more energy to be able to mine a block. I mean, I was listening to some numbers the other day. I think Bitcoin, as the ecosystem right now, it's $40 million a day as an ecosystem to run Bitcoin, and that's global, right? So obviously that's an estimated number, but man, that seems astronomical compared to other chains. And and people don't want to hear that Bitcoin's old tech, but it is. I mean, there's a lot of other blockchains out there. Yeah, they don't have the liquidity Big Daddy does, but their tech is much better and they're cheaper to use. Obviously, I would never shy away from Bitcoin. Bitcoin is king, and it will continue to be so if the liquidity stays in Bitcoin. But man, this is, I mean, just looking at these numbers, they're so much higher than they were just a year ago. There's so many more miners, and especially with this, the rise of the solo miners for the residential. I mean, they just contribute so much more. You know, and Dave's got the Mara hat on. We got to meet the Mara people at the last Bitcoin conference, and talk to them a little bit about industrial mining, which is 100% different than residential mining. But yeah, it just seems like, you know, these numbers just keep on growing and growing, and the security keeps on growing with it. So your 51% attacks are a lot harder now because they're a lot more expensive. So in order for you to hack Bitcoin, man, you got to have pretty much all the computers in the world underneath your wing to hack Bitcoin. Not going to happen.
Well, I will say that there is supposedly a centralization risk, as supposedly there's the top pools dominate about 70% of the hash rate. So
Yeah.
I'm just hoping they continue to compete against each other and not with each other to kind of take that over.
Right.
Jimbo
Yeah, it is.
Fett. Oh, you can go, Dave. Go for it,
No,
Dave.
go ahead. We'll go to Jimmy.
All right, Jimbo.
Well, I mean, it's a simple explanation. I mean, there's just a whole lot more miners online than there were. I mean, crap, even back at the beginning of, September, or I should say, the beginning of the summer. We've seen a dramatic increase in the number of miners coming online. And that's just to keep that output right at about 8 minutes.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it may be bad for the smaller miner, but let's not get it twisted. You're still getting $360,000 for a block. You know what I'm saying? So you're not just getting one Bitcoin, it's whatever the percent or the multiplier is. So for a block, you're still getting 360 grand. So I mean, the big guys are still gonna buy the blocks, and it's just maybe the smaller guys won't. I really don't know how it all works. I mean, if you're able to get a block on a lotto ticket with a solar miner, I mean, it sounds like everybody still has a chance.
There you go. Well, I still got my solo miner running from a couple Bitcoins ago, and hopefully I'll get that chance. Well, so we have our special guest that is going to be coming up and sharing some charts with us. Dave, do you want to run the intro?
Hello, everyone.
It's DarkCrash.
What's
Hello,
going
hello.
How are y'all
I
doing?
did want
again?
to doing good. I did want to point out a message read that Steve O said. Sorry about your football team, bro.
Yeah.
So
No
what you been
comment.
looking at? What you been looking at, Crash?
Well, today, let's start with our Bitcoin chart here. I got the weekly open, and we have produced a green dot on the momentum, which I think is incredible. We also have the VWAP curling up there. RSIs are starting to come closer together. A lot of really, really bullish signs, at least in the short term, to be ranging in this area again. So this is more or less a very important close candle that I'm looking at here on the weekly, because if we close above that spider line, and you bet I'll be over on Sam's stream later here to check that out when he mentions the close, because as soon as we close above that spider line, that's more or less a definitive moment for us to say, hey, we've reconfirmed, we're back in here. The classic 2 to make it true, and once we're in this channel, then we range, and more or less I think we're going to be looking at breaking that 120 pretty quickly and ranging as high as 123. But that could happen over the next 2-3 weeks. I'm thinking I don't see any massive jump coming immediately. These signs are super bullish, but I don't think we're going to have any massive shock and awe jump there
we-
because
Do we
Sorry,
visit
go ahead.
13.5 before we head up that way, or is 13.5 too low?
113.5.
Yep.
Oh no, that's very possible. Let me get the volume out of the way here. Oh, it just shut itself off. Perfect. Anyways, yeah, no, it's very much possible. Quick little lick and a retest, and maybe a wick below to liquidate some people. Otherwise, I think yeah, we're more or less poised for some upside. The thing that concerns me though is the thin money flow, and the fact that our RSI and stochastics are failing and at regaining and flipping the 60 line. It's kind of ping-ponging around in the 50-60, which is usually a danger zone for me. And to see them converging still red hot like that means we're at least going to hit the spider line, if not wick below it. That being said, we look back way in the past. I'm just going to squish this. It's going to look a little horrible. But if we look at past thin money flows, it was more or less a dip below our DBSI. And of course, over here as well, when it, well, this is a lot more red. But the point stands that once we get our thinning of money flow, it's more or less a time when we come back to retest our DBSI. So we could even come down to, because this is still ranging up pretty high. Bearish scenario, 108, 109. I don't see why it wouldn't be possible for us to at least kind of, because that also sits right in this little value area here, which would be perfect for another wick down to kind of disappoint all the longs that have been preparing up here. But yeah, more or less with thin money flows, you want to be extremely careful like that. It does look promising in the long term, which means, you know, from my perspective, not financial advice, it seems like a great chance to at least dollar cost average in and make some of those buys. But always hedge, always try to keep yourself safe, because if we look down at the 4 hour here, we did hit that spider line in the past, and I don't think we're going to be hitting it anytime soon. Just with the falling RSIs, massive split, changing over into red. It's actually red right now. You can see the line, but with all these signs in the short term, we're at least coming back down to retest, as Dave said, to 13.5. And let's go over to my favorite 24. Sorry, did you have something to say?
No, just said sweet.
Oh, perfect. And
You know,
yeah,
that's
we
one
are
of the
failing.
things. Sorry to interrupt again, but that is one of the things as a trader that sometimes there's really not a warning sign before you start trading. You know, because we all have our favorite traders where we always are in their chat and we're learning what we're doing and things like that. But they're so different, whether you're in Frankie's, whether you're in Alex's, whether you're here with DarkCrash, or whether you're having DDT or Lifer or
Right.
whoever it is, because your trade is going to be different. Maybe you took your trade off the 1 hour, and Alex on crypto, he can come in and out of your trade and 100 times, long and short, make his money 3 times, 5 times, 10 times what you're going to make. But that really doesn't change what you already had planned. Your trade can still hit your take profit before it hits your stop loss. You know, so that's one thing that we just have to navigate. You know, is whose chart am I looking at, and what is that? How relative is it to my chart?
Yeah, and our relative investment time frame for that matter, because you know, if we want something quicker, obviously we got to look at those shorter time frames. We got to make those quick plays, the scalps they call them, right?
Yeah.
And it's all situational for sure.
Yeah, 100%.
But yeah, we can see a range going on here. I squished it on purpose. We can see a range in the 24-minute right now that we're looking at breaking down and out of. This is more or less like if you flip charts on their head, all right, and you think bearish, having the RSI and stochastic burning green and coming close to that zero line in conjunction with a rapidly increasing red money flow, that to me just says that we got at least another drop down.
Yeah. And that's
in the
what
short
Jesus
term.
take the will for him and in the momentum. Upside down, Jesus
Oh
take
yeah.
the will. So
Yeah.
we're out of here.
Yeah, and a bleed out of momentum as well. We can see the price hasn't really done too much in terms of coming out in the 24-minute, but we can see that the red dots, the height of the momentum waves has dropped, and it's shifted exactly into the Jesus take the wheel. And then we got the big head, we're gonna have the smaller head, and then we're gonna have the baby head, which is what I usually see. And then from there going forward, yeah, it'll be at least a little drop down to the 13.5 in my opinion. So
Yeah. So where is the next high volume node? Is it?
then next time
I just saw you had your. I saw you had your VP. What Frankie calls a VPVR on.
Ah, yes, it pops up and sometimes disappears. Let's see if we can get it to come back. Sometimes she works, sometimes she don't.
Yeah, no big deal. I could see where it is down there. I could see where the recent low highs are that we could retest on the
Yeah.
macro. Yeah.
Right, kind of in that range.
Yeah.
And then also down here,
Yeah.
these ones.
Which is also in that 618 area, golden pocket area.
Yeah, so 3
That bigger
levels I
range.
would mark for not necessarily long entries because I'm more of a spot kind of guy. At 13.5 and then bring it right down to your 1300 and then 12.75. I mean, you could even go 12.8, but
Yeah.
I just like going in quarter increments personally. But then again, if those don't hit, that's fine. Just you realize that the market's shifting. You're like, okay, it's go time again. Well, just
Yep.
spot buy at the current time. Just do a market buy. There's nothing wrong with, there's these trailing stops, these trailing list buys, all of that you could perform, but sometimes a good old fashioned market's just what you got to do with the time you've got.
Yeah, and a lot of times to find the long, just like you said, we're in a range now. So what we want is a deviation below that range. We want to see
Exactly.
some divs under there with at some key points, and then we want to come pull it back up. So it makes sense. Yep.
Yeah, and whenever my spider line meets the DVSI meets the spider line, I always find it to be very interesting because we get these weird decision points where we're like, okay, it's going to be flip time to the downside. Okay, we come down, we retest, flip it, support, wonderful. Have a little bit of range action, comes down, drags the DVSI down. Okay, DVSI crosses spider line. Now it seems like more of a definitive point of going back up again. And the fact that we're kind of leveling out there, it says a lot to me. Like, we're bringing our strength up and above, reconfirming, and this is more or less where we hold our ground now. And this is something I'm going to lead into when we get into alts here, because actually, this is a great time to slide over into Ethereum unless somebody else has a point they wanted to mention on Bitcoin.
No, that's good.
All right, well then let's just hop right over nice and quick. As far as being stable and holding its ground, this is a pretty good situation for Ethereum to be in. The flag is more or less poised to break out to the upside, which if we zoom into our shorter timeframes, we will see. Nonetheless, we still got some relatively thin money flow in Ethereum, but let's be realistic. The dominance has in fact crawled back up. We do need the dominance to flip, come back up and retest, because if it doesn't, then Ethereum's just going to bleed back into Bitcoin. And if it doesn't, then what's going to happen is we're just going to have another alt drain. And what we were seeing earlier was the massive million amounts of alts that are out there now that are going to bleed out. We're going to see a dramatic 99.9% deletion of alts at some point here, or fading away of such. And then all of that capital will just be drained right back up into, say, your Bitcoin and Ethereum at this point.
So
Yeah.
Ben Cowan was saying that we probably have 4 to 6 weeks of altcoins bleeding out to ETH. So ETH not performing as well since it reached up to its last high, and then since then
Exactly.
it's been bleeding out to alt, or like the ETH has been alts have been outperforming ETH is what he's been saying. He said likely it's going to do that for the next 4 or so weeks, and then we probably will see a change 4 to 6 weeks. Is that what you're
Exactly, because
saying?
we were sitting below that strength, we were hitting it and getting smacked back down, and yeah, we're just kind of fanning out what we've made at the upper caps and making what we can on the lowers. It's just the cycle and what we are very familiar with. So that being said, let's just zoom in real quick to the daily. There it is. And we had our 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 hit, and we feel like we're still ranging in the flag here, but what I'm seeing, and again, this is quite dangerous. It's more or less, I'd call this like the slip inside. It's ready to just go right back down to the 3500s, the 35, 36 kind of range, where right there. We've had the 1, 2, the 3, and now we're waiting for the 4, and then the trail down. And like Ben was saying, yes, we're going to continue to bleed out into the alts. It won't be all that significant, and what we do get as a culmination from these profits of alts will funnel right back into Ethereum, because that's just the nature of DeFi's. They kind of like to keep it in-house. Of course, they're going to put their funds back into Bitcoin, but it's the nature of the beast. And then from there, Ethereum's just going to end up rebounding right to where it is now. It wouldn't be a very sustained drop, if anything. And then it would more or less do its escalator thing, because this would be a blip on the radar, if anything. And then we would just see it come down to test those weekly levels over here before it comes back up and then does its normal Ethereum thing. This, of course, was the wonderful range we had from the bear market leading to where we are now and cracking those highs. But yeah, that's kind of the situation on Ethereum now. Where are we in the short term? Holding support, looking to teeter over. Again, with the thin money flow and the split RSIs, not looking pretty. That's for sure. What do we got here?
Peter over,
Oh.
is that a technical term?
The what?
Is that a technical term, Peter over?
I suppose. Yeah, and then again, in this this value pocket that we've been sitting in, we're breaking out of it now. It's forming just a tiny little red diamond. It's not a blood diamond, but it is indicative of a flip on the EMAs wholly over to the downside, because we had the blue triangle green dot thing, which is kind of a directional flip of our EMAs, and then having it come back down is more or less the red diamond. So with this split here, yeah, I can see in the very near term, in conjunction with our flagship Bitcoin, that we are going to see a short-term dip in the markets before we do any sort of upside. So hedge against that. Don't think you're going to be able to buy today and make big tomorrow, because you could see a 5, 10, and maybe even a 15% drop in your coins. You never really know what could happen. And lately, I've been noticing a lot of hype around the 4 to 5% moves. Something that I was not really shocked at, because, well, we're coming into that phase now with we praise institutions and everything for coming in, right? But it's coming to that point now where the drastic crypto gains of the past have kind of shifted. It's not to say that you can't make a ton of money now, especially with leverage and all that, but we're coming more or less to a point where these big drops are being brought up by the news media and everything, and it's like, okay, 3, 4, 5%, right? But we're used to these big 10, 20% drops every other month, and then now the media is just all praising these 5% drops, and it's like, cool, I get a slight discount.
Yeah, let them bring the fear. It's fine with us. Let me ask you this. So I was looking at ADA the other day. Is there a chance that it's going to counter do what everything else is doing? I mean, if we're looking at a drop on Bitcoin and possibly, huh?
Yes, I actually completely agree with you. Sorry. The flag that formed on Ethereum, like we can see right here, Cardano's done the exact opposite. It didn't kind of shift to the right. We've had a shift completely to the upside, which I'm seriously impressed by, because we had the 1, 2, like I'm not using Trendoscope, but I'm just using my basic memory here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and of course just a breakdown to test, and then now we're forming our next point, 1, 2, and then of course there's probably going to be another reach for $1 here. I would not be surprised at all, especially with a candle strength of 13 under there. That's pretty good. It's almost like a vacuum up there at the -3 as well. We
So
did
for
have
some reason on a spot trade, 135 was kind of attracted to me. What do you see on 135?
1.35
Yep.
as far as setting new highs,
I
at
don't
least
think it was
short-term
new
highs.
Yeah, short-term highs.
Well, of course, there's a drop off, a little drop off in volume there. Not much to say up here. 135. Let me look a little wider. This monthly chart might look a bit messy, but I can see why that's kind of like where these proverbial shoulders are. You can see it right here in the momentum. I see what you mean there. 135? No, definitely possible. We just got to break this very obvious level range that we got here. We had one wick that went surprisingly well above it, but once we crack that and get above this 1.2, retest makes support. Yeah, 135, very, very possible. And then I would be not surprised in the least if it had a Christmas rally, even so far as above $2. Like, I would not be surprised at all. It's
Yeah.
in a very powerful position with the money flow and the momentum going to the upside. It's still claiming oversold on the monthly, which is, indicative of the pressure that it's received publicly, as well as the outflows against Ethereum, etc.
Yeah. Sweet.
Yeah.
Yeah, my bank account allows me to buy some cryptos, so I just sometimes pick out one and buy some spot. I look for one that's going to give me about 40% rather quickly, in 2 or 3 months, and then when it gives it to me, I just get out of it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, and again with the short-term thin money flow, we've got that shock to the downside. Just it's visible across all cryptos. Of course, Bitcoin dictating everything that goes on. So yeah, a little quick dip into Crow as I was so
Let's
adamant
do
about
it.
checking. Yeah, so of course we had that massive blast off. I keep it on the weekly here for most of this conversation. But that weekly red dot, not looking pretty. Not at all. The only thing that's kind of keeping me enticed and happy here is the fact that we have only a short, little stubby VWAP drop to the downside, which could very well just click and go right back to the upside and set us into, and of course, money flow thinning out. But we got to remember that it did come up quite dramatically.
DarkCrash,
So
what was your prediction for the end of the year for Crow? I forgot. I was trying to remember earlier.
at least $3.
At least $3.
Well, that's my bit more of a moon boy projection, but realistically, 1.5 bare minimum. I would not be surprised. Like we're going to see a $1 shock, and then we're going to have a bunch of profit takers, as we've always seen, because it went all the way up to like 3.8, 3.9 there, right? And we have a massive profit taking kind of tradition here with Crow. So more or less, I wouldn't be surprised if we had profit taking at the $1 mark, and then it would jump up to the 1.5 because we're still expecting those billions in inflows from the previous news, right? Ooh, what do we have here? Poman with another 20 memberships gifted.
Thank
Man.
you,
Oh
man.
man.
So I hope all of you
Nice.
have your gift accepting on this channel because you don't want to miss out. You never know when that might happen. So thank you, Po Man. Awesome.
Nice. But yeah, just dialing back to what I was saying before, Crow's kind of finally found rest on its 20-cent laurels, and I think this is its home for the next while. There might be still some, oh boy, it's going to tank profit takers or life-saving sellers that are just going to end up missing the boat, in my
So you
opinion.
can still get. So you're saying you can still get like at least a 5 to 10x from here.
Yeah, very realistic. Very realistic.
Okay.
We had way less money in the market where it was when we had the blast off in the past. And I'm just genuinely surprised it's as low as it is right now. It's just finally breaking out and forming support, as you can see in the long term. And and if we're probably going to get one more shock and bang like this last one, which is pretty typical with exchange coins. But yeah, like $1 is very realistic with the volume we've got today.
So that'd put it at a $35 billion market cap, roughly.
Roughly.
Yeah.
I don't see why it can't. It's
Well,
so
price
well
discovery.
known. Yeah.
It will go into price discovery at what? 85, 90 cents. Price discovery.
Actually, yeah, somewhere in there, about 90. Well, the actual tip of the wick here is about 95. But for euphoria to really settle in, it would probably be in the 70 to 80 cent range, because well, to be brutally honest, my last buy-in was actually around the 60 some range before. And yes, everyone's bought a top, everyone's bought a bottom. But again, I've dollar cost averaged my way out to the point where even where we're sitting now, I'm just laughing in profit. And I can't wait to get back to where some of my previous buy-ins were. But again, yeah, the 65 to 70 zone is kind of where I'm looking to cross over before I say, yes, it's moon time. And then we start to,
I mean, it's feasible because we're about to enter an expansion zone. So,
yeah.
if history has anything to, prove, so yeah, I mean, I could see it getting around $1, $2, be nice.
Mm-hmm.
But for it to do that, it would have to do $2. It would be what, 10x from here. So 10x that $7.67 billion market cap. So we're looking at $70 billion in Crow. Wow,
Approximately.
Yeah.
And yeah, there are a
Okay.
few factors aside from market cap that affect price. It's not everything's correlate. Market cap is one of the biggest players of price action, but of course scarcity and market involvement, orders on the books, all of that have a little bit of play in what's going on and influence, especially on over the desk trades.
Or if they cut their max supply in half,
Right. That would always be nice.
just like the
Gotta open and
OKX
burn
thing.
wallets.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off, but
No, you're good.
I just couldn't remember what your price prediction was for Crow. So I was trying to think of that the other day.
It's a bit dramatic, especially with market caps like that. But where we're at in the day and age, especially with a name like Crypto.com, and I know Coinbase has a very great hold on the market, but and even with their like e-transfers, onboarding, offboarding, all of that, it's really smooth, especially with their block tracing when you're doing transactions. That's pretty cool. Like, but we need competitors in the market, and I think one of the best ones out there is going to be Crow, for that matter.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think Crow 2X's at least. I mean, I wouldn't get greedy with it, but I think 2X is in the cards.
Oh yeah, definitely.
So right now, I actually did something. So right now, yeah. So the top 10 is Binance, Bybit, Mexi, Gate, HTX, BitGet, Upbit, Coinbase is number 8. Wow. OKX is number 9, and then KuCoin is coming in at number 10, and that's 24-hour volume or estimated weekly spot volume.
It's impressive.
So, for it, I let me adjust this. I'll adjust this for market cap. Exchange coin market cap amount, and I'll see what it comes out to. But yeah, the Crow's always been up there. It's always been in the top 20 at least. But $70 billion would put it like in the top 5.
And there's that business side that they have. They're prepped to take on companies and prepare them for accepting crypto payments, getting them streamlined into having it converted to cash, all the tax reporting. They're working on that stuff in the back end. So that should set them off quite well, because then we're going to have companies needing these reserves for their assets and all that. So they're going to have to build some sort of portfolio.
Yeah, and another thing going for the Crow token is that
I'm Donald Trump, and I approve this message.
And that certainly kickstarted a lot of emotions for sure.
yeah, I mean, when it's gonna be huge.
It's gonna be
great.
Huge.
Well, why don't we get into the
hold
next?
on. We got a Po Man with another 10 memberships.
Another 10 memberships.
Yeah, let's catch the lurkers. Karen is not a lurker. Knoxville, not a lurker. Blocky, not a lurker. Cryptomaniac, not a lurker. Keen Bean, lurker.
And Crypto Stevo has not gotten a membership yet.
JC,
So we
not
gotta
a
get
lurker.
Crypto. We gotta get
Daisy,
Crypto Stevo a membership.
not a lurker. Cyrus, lurking. Carl Elder, not a lurker. Travis Michael, lurking. Who else is lurking in there? Beautiful.
We gotta get Julie a membership too. She's in there.
Yeah.
We're gonna
I
need
think we
another
were doing
85 memberships.
Were we doing the numbers earlier that we were 70 away from some target?
We were what, 75 or something like that.
So we're a lot
We're
closer now.
75 away from the next emoji. But yeah, I mean, that's all right. We've got ebbs and flows, and things are going, and we just appreciate all of you for joining us. And thank you, Po Man, for such generosity today, the Giver's Gain spirit. Speaking of Giver's Gain,
Greetings and salutations, fellow seekers of wisdom and camaraderie. Allow me to regale you with the tale of Billy Goat Tales, a paragon of the Giver's Gain ethos in the crypto cosmos. Join our assembly every Tuesday evening and bask in the enlightenment for a deeper dive into the realms of motivation. Catch me on Sundays at Giver's Gain 111. Let the resonant frequencies of our shared ethos elevate your spirit. Stay lit, stay inspired, and remember the future beckons.
That was another 20 dropped by Po Man. Look at what's
Jesus.
going
Wow.
on.
Damn.
Wow.
Po Man is our golden.
because I can bump it,
LGBT.
we might as well take the opportunity to say hello again to chat.
Yes, yes.
Yes, and name out
Who
all
wants
the
to put that?
lurkers.
You got that, Dave? Let's see. I've got it pulled up. We got, of course, we got Alexandra G, the best mod in the business, and we got Andrea in here with us. Crypto Stevo. We got Jesse. We got Julie. We got K Dig, Chris Klein, Mike Volmer, Nightbot, Poman, Redman, Trade Intuition. Do we have just a bunch of people come in and leave? Because I don't know. That's the participation list I see. Who else do you see down there? Dave.
R.S. Miller got a membership. Archbit Lurkin. Erica got a membership. Lurkin. Kuzak and Bumper got a membership. Little Fish. Michael B. Johnny December. Louis Artemis Lurkin. 8 Lurkin. Sharkvin. PETA. Chris. Open Space. XRP A11Y. Lurkin. Justin Lurkin. Ada Ace got a membership. Looks like Julie got skipped. How rude.
Ah, buddy's got a happy trigger finger. There's another 20 coming in.
Oh, wow.
Wow, look at this. Billy's not with us for one Sunday, and we get all these memberships.
Wow.
Yeah, maybe we should
7
just kick him out. of
7 0 memberships.
Yeah, so maybe we should just vote since we're all here. What do we vote that Billy doesn't get allowed back on the stream?
So Harp received a membership. Poman. Last time, I'm serious. Okay, Poman. Castile, Lurkin, Colin, Crypto. Haven't heard it, but welcome. Who else we have here? Crypto Changed Me. Jeff Carlson, Lurkin. P-Dub, you're welcome. Of course, Poman is the one giving it. Paul Caruso, James Amonetti. I don't know. Crypto
Lurker.
Ace 33. T Fata.
Lurker.
Binksy. Coma.
Lurker.
Namapatra. Vignes. Fine. Julie still didn't get a membership. Crypto Stevo still didn't get a membership. Wow. Well, the lowest membership.
Crypto Stevo. Come on, man.
The lowest one is $2.99. So feel free to jump in. Thank you, Poman, for your generosity.
And with the
today.
highest one, you get an NFT too. So there's anywhere you want to go. You want to spend the $30, get an NFT.
You're winning. You're
Yeah,
winning
man.
football.
Yeah, the highest one is called the Diamond Horn NFT holder. All you have to do is jump in our Discord, and give us your Cardano wallet address, and we'll mint and send you over an NFT.
Yeah.
Do we have the Trump speech on Billy Goat Tales?
Oh, you mean
Folks, let me tell you about Bitcoin Bestie. It's an incredible single, absolutely tremendous. I am a Bitcoin Bestie. You're a Bitcoin Bestie. We are all. Well, folks, let me tell you about this fantastic group, Givers Gain. They're all about connecting like-minded people in the crypto world who believe in that philosophy. Catch them on Tuesdays and Sundays for some great content that will truly touch your life. It's going to be tremendous, believe me. China.
China?
China.
Taco in the chat?
Bruh.
Look at that. Taco, the owner of his own business, his own live stream where he goes live like 20 hours every week. This guy right here, I don't know if you've seen him. He's got a partner, happens to be one of our very own Jimbo Fett, also aka Daddy. So really cool to watch those guys. If you haven't been in there yet, I was in there just the other day, and my very first rip that I got a part of, I think it was $35. I think the card that I got was worth around $120. So booyah! So, and even just for being in there, you also get giveaways and things like that. Yesterday, I just said something in the chat, and Taco's like, "Oh, Dave, I'll put you in the giveaway." Next thing you know, I'm winning stuff again. So it's really fun stream. So join in. Yeah, Daddy, chill.
Well, we were going to jump into our next topic. Topic 2 is the MYX manipulation. And I'm going to bring this up just real quick. Is it manipulation? I think Redman had a little bit more to talk about on this. According to Cointelegraph, less than 0.001% chance that the trading activity was organic. So trading on the token, the decentralized exchange MYX featured hallmarks of market manipulation. Report analyzed over 9,200 minute-by-minute data points between 9 September and Monday, which found 249 trading anomalies regarding liquidity, volume spikes, price ratio, and trade intensity. What else do you have on that, Redman?
I got a whole bunch. Let's see here. Am I
All
muted?
right.
Nope, I'm not.
Let's do it.
Let me see if I can pull this up here. MYX token. So Dave made a great point earlier. He said they usually don't manipulate the tokens with high liquidity, right? We're talking about Bitcoin, the top 10 tokens. They usually do that with tokens that are new and exchange tokens. We saw it with FTX. We saw it with OKB. We saw it with what's another one that got manipulated? I don't know. It doesn't come to my head right now, but we're just going to go into MYX right now. So MYX is another exchange token. This is a DeFi. It's a decentralized perpetual futures exchange. So you got they're already like as soon as you say exchange token, I'm already thinking, okay, this is probably baloney because it's exchange token. Don't DarkCrash, nothing against Crow. I get you with Crow. But all the other exchange tokens, I don't know. I don't believe in them. I don't think there's a place for them. And I believe they use them for manipulation. And this kind of shows you the reason why. It says allegations of fraud in the airdrop. So there's a new thing called bubble maps, and bubble maps traced the token disbursement. And there's only a couple wallets within this MYX blockchain that they ship coins to, which is centralization to begin with, which tells me manipulation to begin with. And this Sybil attack happened. It says blockchain analytics firm Bubble Maps accused a single entity of using over 100 interconnected wallets to claim approximately 9.8 million MYX tokens, about 1% of the total supply, during the airdrop, netting around $170 million in value. These wallets were reportedly funded via OKX, which we just saw OKB cut their total max supply in half, right? So more manipulation. And so OKX shortly before the event and showed minimal prior activity, suggesting coordinated exploitation rather than organic participation. This has been described as one of the largest Sybil attacks in crypto history, $170 million. So, and also they're accusing them of insider involvement. Some analysts speculate that the wallets could be linked to the team, market makers, or even exchanges like Binance. Like I was saying earlier, Binance, given the lack of genuine user engagement required for airdrop eligibility. Early sellers from these allocations reportedly dumped tokens, contributing to volatility. That right there is manipulation. When you dump your tokens on retail, that is manipulation. You're doing this, that is manipulation. And it's backed up by data. So this non-organic trading activity, a report from Rena Labs analyzed over 9,200 data points from September 9th to the 15th, identifying 249 anomalies, including sudden liquidity spikes, plus 433%, unusual trade size reductions, minus 67%, frequency drops, minus 45%, and shrinking bid-ask spreads during high volume periods. That is manipulation. They concluded that there's less than a 0.001% chance that the activity was organic, pointing to potential wash trading, coordinated pumps, or market maker withdrawals. So,
Wow.
yeah, I mean, this thing, it has fraud. I don't know if it quacks like a duck.
Get out.
Must be a duck. I'm just saying. But
Get them out of here.
there's some YouTubers out there trying to pump MYX. Don't listen to the noise. Look at the facts. I'll give you this guy's tweet right here. Dan, I found this earlier. Dan Crypto Trades. He says a casual 350x in a little over 2 months, now trading at $18 billion FDV and doing $12 billion of volume today on Binance futures alone. Fact is, there's another one of those coins where 97% of the supply is cornered by one utility or group of people. No tier one spot listing with liquidity, just Binance futures and other perps platform where it is being manipulated up while having the supply cornered. That is manipulation. So yes, manipulation happens, and it happens in these newer coins, and it tends to happen a lot on Binance. So if it quacks like a duck, it's got to be a duck. Just saying.
I mean, is that just because of the ease to open a token on Binance, or is that because Binance is involved in the manipulation?
I mean,
Is finance behind the Solana pump funds?
and unfortunately, look at Aster. You know, Aster's another one. A lot of people are raving about Aster right now. Aster could be another. It's a BNB coin. Like, you know, I don't know. I see a lot of this stuff, and there's a lot of people pumping and dumping in crypto. My advice is stick with the coins that have the higher liquidity. Try to stay away from exchange coins. Other than there's a couple out there that are good. I'll give Crow the nod, but I try to stay away from the FTX coins, from the Binance coins, all that other stuff, because there's just too much risk involved, and I don't have money to lose. So I try to, yeah. I mean,
that's totally reasonable, because like their base utility is more transactional than anything, right? And that's kind of their point. That's why they exist. So any sort of price, whatever, is solely based off of really news at this point, and any sort of infrastructure changes they provide within.
Yeah. I totally agree.
DDT says that Binance is a cabal. He's very outspoken about it. He said Binance is dumping on our heads.
Reason why they've had so many problems, you know, and they continue. They're the highest volume traded exchange. I'll give them that, but man, there's just too many question marks around Binance.
Yeah. Looks like Billy's gonna chime in. It looks like maybe he's feeling a little.
I really love the way Jimmy Jim doesn't wear shorts in the live stream.
Oh, Billy. Billy? That's weird, Billy. Well, why did he just come in to work for that? Yeah.
On that note, let's see which fancy suits are going to be attending the Token 49 in Dubai. Any of you in the chat attending? Let us know. Maybe we'll send you some BGT merch and you can wear it over in Dubai. I just thought this was a bit interesting. I'm looking at last year's Token 49. There's a headline saying Ethereum outperforms Bitcoin as Token 2049 concludes. I wonder if that might happen again this year. It looked like last year Ethereum was up 2.6% with Bitcoin only up 1.2% that week. So I don't know. Supposedly they're going to break some records as far as something, probably attendance. They're going to break some records there. And so here's the speaker. Here's the speaker list. We got Tom, Vlad Tenev, Eric Trump's going to be there. You got Balaji, something. You got Jeff Yan, Arthur Hayes, Paulo Ardibono. I don't know how you say that. Joseph Lubin, Star Shu, and Richard Tong as some of the headliners, and many more. Yeah, there was a headline, and let's see. Records 25,000 attendees. That was the record right there. So you can see where I came from.
Come on, guys. Seriously, again. Come on, guys. Can we cool it with the farts?
So actually, I guess it already happened, didn't it? I'm thinking it's happening coming up, and it already happened.
2049, Token 2049, I think is on its way. I think.
Is it on its way?
Unless it's on right now. I mean, I know that one of my buddies, from Texas, David Sendit, is going.
October 1st to the 2nd.
There we go.
Yeah.
October 1st and 2nd. Yeah. So is it going to be an industry rocket or a schmooze fest? What do you think?
I think they're all schmooze fest, right? So everything's just all the news event. It's all just go, hang out, have fun, see your people, see people that think like you do, think people that look different than you do, but think like you do. I mean, it's cool. That's what events are for, right? That's what conferences are for.
Let's just say the Bitcoin conference. I know that I don't think I attended one speech. Did you all catch any?
No,
live?
man. After somebody told me that speeches were not for men, and I was like, well, then I'm not going to speeches.
I mean, I didn't go to the speeches while we were there. I actually did watch probably at least 5 or 6 after the fact. I mean, I think you can still go back and look through the Bitcoin app. You can still go back and watch some of them. I don't know if some of them are out of date, but I did go back and watch some. I wanted to get at least some of my value out of the money we spent to get there. But yeah. And then fortunately we have some free tickets that maybe we might be able to give away. If we get press passes again, we might be able to give some of the tickets that we got. So that's an if and statement.
Yeah, that'd be cool if we do get to do that. I think, yeah, that'll be exciting. I am looking forward to. I don't think I'll probably ever go to the Singapore event. I mean, I just think that's probably a little out of my range. I don't know the rules over there. If somebody has my type of mouth, I don't know if you end up in jail for it. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to go over there and disrespect anything. And so, unless I learn a lot about their culture and what they do over there, then I probably won't go. But
Yeah, you don't want to you don't want to get caned for sticking a piece of gum on a telephone pole or something.
Right. You know, yeah, I could easily break a rule, I'm sure. And I don't want to get into trouble over there. So I think I'll just kind of stay out of it. Is that somebody at the door or? Oh, it's
Yeah,
probably I think that's the guy I'm pretty sure that's the guy that fits the fire alarm.
Oh, there you go. There you go.
Yeah.
So
Whose house is
maybe
it at,
maybe DarkCrash can chime in on this one as we get into topic 4, which is the ETH reserves. $5 million or 5 million in reserves now. ETH exchange reserves crashed to 5 million. 17.4 million total, but tightening fast. Supply squeezing to 5,000. That's what Billy had some notes in there for us. But why is it hot today? Apparently the reserves at 17.4 million, but they're down 38% from the 2022 peak. 2.5 million outflow in quarter 3. So I don't know what are whales hodling the Ethereum? Are the reserves getting a little bit lower? Are we what's going on?
I'm not sure I understand those reserves. Did you say $5 million in reserves?
Yeah, I don't understand the topic either. Maybe we should just skip it. I don't know.
Yeah, so I don't understand the reserves on that one.
Jimbo.
Sorry, Billy. I didn't mean to do you wrong, Jimbo. If you have any thoughts on Ethereum reserves, I know you're a big Ethereum holder.
I have my own reserves to worry with.
Obviously, when you got less reserves, you got less to deal with in the event of shock and awe in the markets, including over-the-desk transactions that might come through. This tightened liquidity can give artificial price increases and more or less these flash candles we see on exchanges with low liquidity, for example. Those scam wicks, if you want to call them that.
Right now, Ethereum makes up 55.3% of the stablecoin market. And I believe, things like Ondo Finance, this RWA, I think we're getting to a point to where RWA is no longer a thought. Now it's actually coming into play. I actually put a short out last week about Ondo Finance and how they're tokenizing. Even Coinbase now, you can buy tokenized stocks on Coinbase Advance. The Magnificent Seven are all available for purchase on Coinbase Advance. So I believe that the stablecoin market, RWA market, it's going to be humongous, and ETH is going to be at the forefront until somebody takes them down. And I believe that Wall Street's they're already positioning themselves into ETH, just like Tom Lee's been saying for a long time. Although I don't agree with Tom Lee's price predictions, I do agree with the fact that there will be a supply crunch on the exchanges once they start accumulating more ETH. And I don't believe it's stopping anytime soon. 80% for it to stop at 4,900 is interesting because it couldn't make it to 5,000. But don't let that deter you from the amount of growth that's going to happen in the last couple of months of the year. So, I mean, $5,000 to $7,000 for ETH by the end of the year is totally conservative, and I think it could definitely happen.
I think that's fair. I think that 5 to 7, even a little bit higher, is possible. I think you obviously can't say definitely in crypto, but I think if we at least get just below 6, and then if something, with either they're just talking a bunch of crap or something's going to happen and it'll get to that 8, and then we'll have to see what happens after that. I think that's fair.
So I know that you're going to have to leave us here soon, DarkCrash. I don't know if you want to pull up Soul in the background as we jump into talking about Soul blasting off. It's obviously our thumbnail for today. Soul ripped up to 238, but now it's back down to 236. Would you really call it that much of a rip to 238? I think it was about 236 the week before. What are your thoughts, Jimbo?
Say again. I'm sorry. I was chatting.
What are your
that's
thoughts on
fine.
Soul? What are your thoughts on Soul and it dripping or not? It was around 236, 238. Where's it headed?
Yeah, well, it went up to 238 on the 21st. So that was today, right? So it got up to 238, and then now it's back down to 326 to 230. Man, I can't even talk. 236. Do you think Soul's going to go up to 250, or do you think it's going to crash?
There we go. Yeah.
No,
Yeah, so I got the chart up there.
Oh.
You said to 236 coming down there?
Okay. There you go.
Yeah, I'm looking on CoinMarketCap. It's showing that it's at 236 right now. So
That's already
are we
at
looking at
236.
something that's going to take off, or are we going to crash back down a little bit?
Right now it's burning red hot. The volume has created a 1, 2, 3 kind of degradation hump in volume. So I wouldn't be surprised if at least in the short term, like there's just so much energy going in, it would probably come and tick the 150 again before it falls back down to kind of, I don't want to say come down lower below 200, but there's always that chance with the potential dump we're going to see in the markets relative to Bitcoin. We look at our flagship and all the other higher caps as kind of our guidance in this sort of circumstance, but more or less the conservative case for a pullback would be around the 220s, the 218s, kind of in that tight little zone.
I think that's a reasonable expectation, right? So 220 is right at the tip of the golden pocket, right? That's the 618. And then if you go a little bit lower to 210, then you're at your 786, which is also, if you look left, that's where you're retesting the recent highs. So I think that's fair. That's also weekly in POC around the 215 area. So I think that's bullish, yeah.
More or less, especially with that past trigger wave on the weekly. Like this has a long ways to go. We had a big lump and a trigger wave there. We had a big lump and a trigger wave here, and it played out for quite some time before it trailed down again. Of course, we had the classic "it's gonna die," where this is more or less a Jesus take the wheel, right? But it's really, really tiny head, and that is when we see the drop off. But right now we're about to form, I think, our next Three Sisters Mountains, if that makes any sense. We got the Three Sisters Mountains in Alberta, out by Canmore. But we're about to see like the Three Sisters again. Here was 1, 2, and then of course 3 before it slumped and fell. So we're about to form that first hump, I think. If short-term pain for long-term gain, I think, yeah, blast off to 300 is more or less in the books.
Yeah, and I think that, and if we don't revisit 210 before that, I think we're in trouble. I think we've got a lot of pump with no validity behind it. So I think that we need to at least come back to that value area high and then go from there.
Yeah,
because we've gone through it before.
I was a little concerned with, I heard there were some inflated metrics about 658,000 transactions, but 0.024% success rate. So maybe some bots spamming, maybe some action over there on Solana's meme factories.
I think that a lot of that has to do with the popularity of the token. So whenever a token is hot and it's been pumped a lot and it's been all over Twitter and it's been everywhere and everybody's buying it, that puts a lot of focus in one spot at one time. So I think that's where they get a lot of their failures. I don't think that it's mostly coming from everyday trades, trading, trying to sell a little bit of Solana. I think most of their failures are coming when it's high traffic periods. And I think it's being overplayed.
That's a good point.
I think one thing to take into account when you're talking about Sol is Pantera. So Pantera Capital recent report highlights Solana's major inflection point in adoption, with fintech giants like Stripe and PayPal developing applications on the platform, but positioning Sol for asymmetric growth amid its early stage narrative. So those are the things you want to look for, right? You want to look for big capital coming into the platform, and Pantera is one of those big capital hedge funds or hedge funds that invest a lot of money and institutional adoption. And Solana has a lot of institutional adoption. And not only that, I think they've created a treasury. I have it right here. Look it up for you guys. Solana. So right now on Solana, there's already 9 treasuries on Solana. I mean, look at these, and these people are adding. I mean, you're talking about 6,800,000 SOL going to the number one treasury. Forward Industries, Forward.us has accumulated. The total value of this treasury is 3,176,243,000. That's a lot of cake. And so when you see things like this, these are the coins that you want to invest in over time, DCA in over time, because the ceiling is whatever it gets to. I mean, this is sky's the limit on Solana. And I believe they're going to transition eventually away from the meme coin thing and the pumped out fund, but they're just not ready yet. Once they get more into the RWAs and they get more into the more stable narratives, you're going to see a lot more growth out of Solana. And I don't think it's done growing yet this year.
I agree.
Yes, everybody likes you, Crypto Stevo. So, Redman, I think you had some research and you did a little bit of deep dive. What's your hottest research nugget that you have for us today?
Well, yeah, so here, I'll get out of the picture real quick and I'll show you Red's research channel on our Discord. Go ahead and join Billy Goatell's Discord. You're going to see things like this, and Billy's channel is on here as well. Billy's Investments is on here. You'll see all of his investments, all of his alpha. But in Red's research this week, I covered Avantis. I'm super bullish on this project. Avantis is on base. It's a layer 2. It's a Dex on layer 2, man. I'm having a brain fart here. There's also Morpho. Morpho I covered in a short. So I go over a lot of the new. Sorry about that, guys. I go over a lot of the new projects. This is another one. This is L2 on base. Syndicate just launched. And I give you all the alpha in here with the short. So if you get a chance to go into Billy Goatell's Discord, this is the type of alpha you're going to get on a hopefully daily basis. So back over to you, Tony.
Thank you. And don't forget, we also have DarkCrash has a channel in our Discord too that he posts some trade setups and discussions. Of course, all of this is for us to learn and then learn how to apply for ourselves. None of it is financial advice. And why don't we talk a little bit about the upcoming trip here, Dave? You want to get that ready for us? All right, now I'll go ahead and share the screen. I think I was a little delayed.
Nice.
Distracted. But that's it. So I hope that the dock does not look like this when we get there. But I think we're gonna, and if there's a hammock in the trees, then fine. I know that this is a location that we had looked at. I think it's gonna look. We're gonna have a little better looking place and accommodations than this. But I will say that this tent does look enticing. But to stop being funny and to be real, if you want to learn how you can earn a spot on our yearly trip, you can go to billygoattails.com. You can look at our mint info here, and we do have an NFT book that we created from our first 30 X spaces starting in November of 23 to June of 24. We recorded those. The first 10 chapters are our Giver's Gain cornerstones, the paths that we live by, the the principles that we live by. And there's 30 chapters in there, all recorded with over 170 speakers, including many of you here that are here today. So you can go and mint that. It's only 25 ADA. You hit that official mint site, it will bring that up, and you can mint one NFT, or you can do that diamond hooves or diamond hands role in our YouTube chat, and we will mint one and send it over to you. So and then once you get that, you can go to the book reader right here, and it'll open the book reader. I don't know why my stuff doesn't seem to be working, but you can go here and click on the book reader, and you'll be able to read that book, whether it's on your mobile device, in the wallet that you have there where you have the NFTs, or if it's on your desktop. So whatever wallet you have the NFTs on, you'll be able to read the content there. Please share it out. It's not just some crypto information. It's not just on some dated stuff. We talked a lot about the principles behind many of the different pieces of technology. You get to learn a little bit more about people like Crypto Crow and Crypto Lifer. And we talked about crypto taxes. We had a lot of great discussions there. So you can get one of those NFTs. And then if you have an Easter egg, there's only 100 Easter eggs in all of the collection. And so if you get one of those Easter eggs, that's when you go into a drawing to come join us on the trip. So Poman had won this year's trip. I'm not sure that he's going to be able to make it. The team's trying to figure out and decide what we're going to do with that, if we're going to spin the wheel again, or if we're just going to, or if it's a little too late to do that. But we will be deciding here, so hopefully in the next week, what we're going to do with that. Of course, you can jump in the Discord, give us your thoughts, and we could always redraw depending on where things go. So anything else you guys had to talk about?
Yeah, man, I was looking forward to meeting Po-Man. I don't know what happened, but it's sad that he's not going to be able to go. So we'll have to see where the decision ends up, and hopefully we'll end up with somebody just as fun. I don't know if we can, because I was really excited about meeting him, but we'll have to see what's going on, and we'll still have to enjoy the foodie event.
Yeah, we will enjoy the foodie event. Well, Redman and myself and Crypto Billy are in Final Fantasy football. The blockchain bunker fantasy football, not Final Fantasy, but the fantasy football league that Green Day Profits invited us to. This is the second year of that, and we're looking forward to it. I've been able to squeak out some games and some wins. I'm 2-0. I barely beat Jeff, and last week even closer of a margin. I beat Steve-O, and so I don't know. I'm believing I can come back and still edge out PPR Farmer. We'll see if that happens. Let's see. Where are you at today, Red? Crypto Steve-O jumped in our chat maybe to rub it in. He's a little bit of. He's
beating me up a little bit right now.
You want me to look at the actual competition? Ooh, yeah.
He got 49 points from his defense.
Wow. That is a show for sure. 49 points from the defense. I don't know. You might have a chance. You just need someone to go off. I mean, when I beat you, I had 80 points from my quarterback. That was probably double what was expected. So you never know what could happen any given Sunday. But yeah. And then Crypto Billy is playing. I think my mouse keeps jumping around. Crypto Billy's playing Lifer's Legends. Both of them trying to get out of the 0-2 slump. Lifer's Legends. I think Lifer the first week. I think he started like a ineligible player or player that was on the injured reserve list by accident. Yeah, his kicker. Yeah, we got to give props to Sam. His first and foremost is serving his crypto community, and this is just fun and games. And so, hey, there might be some bragging rights at the end. And if he comes back, then man, he gave us 2 weeks to get a jump on him, and we'll see what happens.
Wow, Billy!
Right now,
CD Lamb is out.
Yeah, CD Lamb got hurt. Crypto Steve-O was saying that he's losing in all of his other leagues because he has CD Lamb and he got hurt. So, not able to score any points. But it looks like it still might be tight. There's 206 to 199 original. Oh, Sammy's taking away a little, at least right now. We'll see what happens there, and then we can look at my. I really am believing I'm going to squeak out another win. I've probably got the 7th or like the seventh fewest points overall in the season, but I'm 2-0, so I'll take it. I'll take it however I can get it as far as fantasy football. So I had a good start with the quarterback. My defense seems to be doing pretty decent, and we'll see if Pacheco has anything in him this week. And Amonte Brown, he really was a beast last week. So if he can do that, I think I might have a chance. Hopefully Kelsey drops another couple balls like he did last week.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you all may or may not care about the fantasy football stuff, but we're having fun with it, and we told Green Day Profits that we would share it on our stream. So we've been enjoying it. It gives us a little bit of something outside of crypto to build some friendships and have some fun. And hopefully we can have a Billy Goat Tales League next year. Maybe that'll be fun. We make sure the whole team is on there, and maybe invite some of our Easter egg holders or something like that to play along with us.
Yeah, good luck to Kelly Kellum. Looks like hopefully Kelly can beat Nick Diamandi. We'll see what happens.
Yeah.
It's pretty close.
Oh, Nikki D, my favorite.
Nikki D 2-0. So
149
yeah,
to 153.
we'll see where that goes.
Either the lowest
Don't
or
choose a
almost the lowest in
cowgirl.
your class.
That's
Don't ever
Billy's
use the
fault.
word
Ha
smart
ha,
with
Harp.
me.
That's funny.
What was that, Tony? Sorry.
Oh, I was reading Harp had posted "Don't choose a cowgirl" or something like that. There's that. That's Billy's fault for losing for CD Lamb.
Never use that word.
Yeah, you got to pay
graduated
attention to that injury
either
report
the
right
lowest
before the
or-
game.
Well, Jimmy Jim, we got a little bit of time that you can share with us a little bit about trading cards. And Dave, you said you attended just recently. Jimmy,
Cards and Legos and cards. Well, what is a handsome man like me supposed to do?
you got some stuff to show us there, Jimmy? That
Tony,
wasn't
did you move
taking-
through all the topics already?
I think so. If we
Good
didn't,
job. That's efficiency right there.
We got
Jimmy streams for 12 hours in one time, so he's got this, bro.
yeah, he's got this.
got a few nice things. Let's see here.
How can you not put on romantic music when sexy Jimmy's up on the stage?
The video's tripping.
Yeah, sexy.
Michael Chandler.
101.
Wow. What is that worth?
Actually, let me get it off this camera. Let me just go this way.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
One.
One of
pulled that one
one.
last
The
night.
The UFC was in San
Same
Antonio
box.
last week. Man.
Out of 12.
It's an auto.
Whoops. There we go. A little better. Pulled that one. Then we pulled this nice little case hit. Nice little case hit insert. And then we cracked into some crypto cards, and I ended up pulling one of these out of 75 Rosetta Stone out of Card Smith crypto boxes. And then turn right back around and pulled a $100 version. This one's numbered to there we go, 25. So we had a good night last night. Alex O Crypto came by, Dave Digital came by, K Diggity jumped in last night. We had a good Saturday. It was a lot of fun. 12 hours is a long time to go, but we had a lot of people show up and hang out, getting our watch hours up, hopefully get monetized here soon. But we're going on Thursday this week, and we're not going on Saturday. And then the following week we'll go Thursday and Saturday again. But it's a lot of work. We've got to label everything up tonight and get it ready to ship out tomorrow. But it's a lot of fun. We got a lot of regulars coming and hanging out, and we're just cutting up, watching football during Saturdays, watching together, and just having a good time. Feel free to stop by. You don't even have to enter. We're always doing free giveaways. Last night we kind of did a wheel of degen, where you pay $10 at a chance to get a spin on the wheel, and the wheel had all kind of different packs. Had like a $350 box of cards. All you got to do is show up. You don't even have to buy in. But we go Thursday at 5 p.m. and then on Saturdays we go at noon, and then we run till midnight. But swing on by. We're on YouTube, Space City Breaks. Come hang out with us.
Yeah, man, way cool. It is a fun. It's fun, and it's fun to watch you and Taco interacting. I mean, it's just a cool show. It's a cool show to see the people in the chat, and just to see y'all having a blast. I caught a good picture yesterday of you guys just laughing it up, just having a blast, having the time of your lives in there. So yeah, it's a cool
man, we've had a lot of fun over the nights. It's a lot. 12 hours is a long time to go.
Yeah.
But we'll take dinner breaks and trade off and just keep the party going.
Do you let people add some tips and super chats so they can buy you dinner?
Not monetized yet, but soon.
Yeah, we're not monetized yet, so maybe in the near future we'll be able to do that. But there are breakers that do that. People send a DoorDash to them and stuff.
Sweet. Yeah, I watched this lady that
Hey, you got your package, right?
I haven't checked. I don't ever check the mail, so I guess I need to. I just figured you were going to keep it for me and sell it when it was time.
No,
So I'll go check
it's
the
all
mail now.
shipped. It should be in your mailbox.
Yeah,
Maybe I'll
check.
bring some cards to South Carolina, Jimmy, and you can give me your opinion on them. I've got anything that I opened, I put into those hard plastic cases, but.
Well, hopefully by that time too, we'll have the Currency Series 5, and I'll bring some of those along. We could rip some
Jay
of
Violet
those.
was there too.
Maybe rip a Bitcoin.
I forgot Jay Violet was there. She saw me win the race in my douche canoe.
Oh yeah, that's right. Jay Violet swung through. Yep.
Speaking of Jay Violet, she gave us some Australian driving images. So hopefully you didn't think Billy was driving on the wrong side of the road. It was Jay Violet's videos from Australia. So that was this last week that I posted them. So thank you. And anybody else that wants to send driving videos, you can create a ticket in our Discord, and then we can set it up so you can email me a link to like a Google Drive, and then we can take some of those videos and add it. We might change the format a little bit. Not every week is it going to be driving videos. I think we're going to put Billy's AI image and let him do his talks like Jim Rohn does apparently on his channel. So look for some adjustments, but it's still the same great message from Crypto Billy that you'll hear Monday through Friday, 6:30 a.m. Eastern. So
yeah, I hope this stuff. Yeah. Weekend of Billy's. Looking forward to it.
Did you fix your fire alarm there, Jimmy?
No.
Did you fix
I think it's
did the
over
guy come and
days.
knock on your door and fix the fire alarm for you?
No, he stood up. I saw him reaching.
Oh, he must have. Yeah, he
I was
must
trying
have
to fix
taken
that
battery.
camera. The camera's over here just distracting me, just flickering.
What about that fire alarm? I mean, it's getting all of us here.
Yeah.
Yeah, Billy's gonna cringe when he sees this one. But I tell you what, I've had a lot of fun. It's been a good show. We got to cut up a little bit. I think we covered all the good topics.
Everybody should know Dave hosts the Simple Terms podcast. You just talked about Ondo this last Saturday, right, Dave?
Yeah, man. So it's really cool with Ondo, or I guess cool or not cool, but Ondo doesn't actually have a hard copy PDF style white paper. So what we had to do was we had to go back and use AI and build a white paper type document that we could feed into the AI. and then build the show from there. But it was really good, and we they, even though the AI tried to cut out a little bit early on us, we put them back in the line and made them work the full shift. We got some really good information about Ondo. It was really cool, the way that they're trying to reduce the barriers for people to buy into real world assets, including stocks and things like that. So it's exciting. It's fun. The Simple Term podcast for me is fun. It gives me an opportunity every Saturday morning to spend a little nugget of time learning. And that's what I like about it. You know, that people come in and they ask cool questions and we cut up and we do all that stuff. But I also really just love that we take that time and we learn something new, something that I didn't know before I came in. So it's a fun show for me. And I look forward to many other ones, because now I know that I don't just have to use a document. I can build a document, and that opens up a whole lot of avenues for what type of document I could build, and then we could discuss. I mean, literally, Billy was in the chat one time and he said, will we be discussing Bigfoot? I mean, it's possible. So we'll just have to see as time goes along. I appreciate everybody that joins in. And I think Saturday morning is a perfect time for all of us to meet up. So really
yeah,
fun.
I love catching it after the fact too. You know, it does. You have, you know, you found the technology, you started using it, and it really is a good opportunity to help us learn, and maybe for those that don't like to dig into white papers, like myself included, it really has been helpful. And I'm glad that you found a new way to use it, so that even ones without white papers we can still dig into. So thanks for doing that.
Yeah,
and Red,
really
you continue to put out great fire shorts, and I know you put a lot of time into it, research even, and you know, you bring in a lot of views and a lot of traffic to the site. So you're doing a great job with that. And Jimbo, we keep seeing the mastermind of the digital products that you can provide, and I'm looking forward to reading that book that you have for us here at the end of the year, the latest kids book. But we're nearing the end of the show. You can
let me right before we go, Tony, let me just share this real quick. So if anybody wants to take a look, we did build something that was just a lot of fun. Let me go over here and you can just see it real quick. So it's just a live Bitcoin ticker. It's just live Bitcoin price. So if you want to see it, it's at btclive.replit.app. And it's just a live ticker. You can use it on your live stream. You can just keep it up in the background. You can just check it if you want. You can do nothing with it. It's just fun, simple app that we built that shows what's going on with Bitcoin. And it does have an option over here where you can look at other assets as well. So really cool. We built that before the show so we can have a ticker that's live. So
put that in the private chat so that I can put in the back. I can put it on stream. How about that? Put it in the private chat, and then I can copy it and put it on stream.
Yep, real easy to get to it. It's at btclive.replit.app, but I will put the link in the private chat.
Okay.
Yep.
And Redman, I see that you're saying you had some notes on the BitGo. I guess we were going to talk about BitGo, the plans for an IPO. If you want to touch on that, I think BitGo IPO filing is going to drop. But you know, maybe before we start into this, I don't know, Jimmy Jam, are you going to approve us opening the club here soon? I think we need to get some energy back into this as we get near the end of the show. What do you say, Jimbo?
Sure, why not?
Are you guys going to be ready? I mean, things have happened. I mean, are y'all ready? Things have happened. I mean, I'm not sure that y'all are actually ready. Did you jump into the if you haven't been into the new stream, you're just gonna have to get used to this, because it's gonna be, we're not going anywhere, guys. So get ready, stretch out. Yeah, we're not going anywhere. We are here. We are live. Open the club.
It's a new song too.
Open the club. Right. You know what time it is to open the club. Open the club.
Watch the faces you make. You never know what's going to clip.
Billy Goat Tales.
Open the club. Open the club. You know what time it is. It's time to open the club. It's time.
That's it right there. We opened up the club. Got an echo.
Do we? All right. So I'll let you jump into it, Red. If you want to jump into the Bitco plans, and then we'll get close to wrapping up here, folks.
Yeah, so this is just part of crypto's integration with TradFi, right? So we're seeing a lot more nowadays with IPOs, and crypto companies wanting to IPO, wanting to go public, getting a lot more capital in their ecosystem. It says, but as far as BitGo is concerned, on September 19th, 2025, BitGo filed an S1 registration with the SEC for an IPO, planning to list Class A common stock on the NYSE under ticker BTGO, with Goldman Sachs and the Citigroup as lead underwriters. The California-based crypto custodian reported 4.19 billion in H1 2025 revenue, nearly quadrupling the previous year's figure, and manages $90.3 billion in assets across over 4,600 clients as of June 30th, 2025. So they're no slouch. They have some cash and they're ready to play. CEO Mike Beshi retains key control with the filing, signaling BitGo's push into public markets amid an active crypto industry, highlighting its role in custody, institutional services, and digital asset infrastructure. Big. What do we got?
Maninja with one gifted membership. Let's
Maninja.
go.
And Homo sapien is the receiver.
OG
And for-
Maninja.
And for Red, we want to give him one of these. Didn't mean to cut you off. Sorry, Red. Didn't mean to cut you off, bro.
That's all right, brother. We're good to go. It just says this move adds to the Wall Street crypto's integration with shares expected to deliver around late 2025, potentially influencing investor sentiment and accelerating mainstream adoption for custody solutions. So we're seeing this big push, and it continues. And I love seeing it because that just means more liquidity from TradFi into crypto, and more liquidity means higher prices. So let's go.
Let's go.
I do want to say, for those that are into gaming and especially into Web3 gaming, the Cornucopias game has just started their land claim event. So if you own Cornucopias land deeds, you can go into their maps section and you can start looking around and laying claims to the land. And it's, it goes based on the rarity of ownership that you have. So if you have the highest rarity on a small, then you might get the first pick at that land. So I've already gone through and laid probably for each NFT that I have, I probably put at least 15 claims on different pieces of land. So that's taken off. And the reason I mentioned that is I had an interview with the Cornucopias founders, two of them, it's Josh and Rob. And so we had to do that as far as a pre-record. I'm doing the editing, and in about a week and a half, we should have a full-length video with that interview from the BGT team, from myself, that we share with you all. And next Sunday, we are hoping to be able to have some clips that we can share to kind of tease that and share a little bit of the information that's out there. But right now is the land claim. I want to make sure you all know that. And if you have nodes, I know, Jimmy, you have nodes, you want to make sure you're delegating your nodes so you can continue to earn Kopi, because they stopped providing rewards if you don't have them delegated. It's really easy to do. If someone needs help, reach out to me in the Discord, and I'm willing to help you. And remember, you can listen to the Tony the Brick stuff that I've got over on my channel, that really just kind of goes over in a fun mafia style theme way, a parody series that goes over their Kopi Cafe and some of the new releases. So come see Tony the Brick. Take care of you. Well, I'm going to go around the room. DarkCrash, I know you've stuck with us for the entirety of the show, and we appreciate you. I'll let you say your goodbyes. If there's any final departing notes, whether it's on tokens or anything else, I'll let you have the floor for a second, and then we'll go around the room, and then we might be cutting out early. Remember, 6 o'clock, Keith has Crypto Coin Mindset. Will be going, having his pre-record showing on their channel with his show that he's got going.
I guess I'll keep it short and sweet there. Apologies for the motorcycle that's going by right now. Anyways, short and sweet. I just want to say health is wealth. You take care of yourself, and then you'll be able to take care of your account. And that's probably one of the more important things is I shape my life around Jim. I don't try to shape Jim into my life. I shape my life around Jim. And taking my personal fitness over the last year more seriously has dramatically changed, not just my ability to, sleep without neck pains or get up and do these strange movements where you got to bend and stretch and kind of be on one leg or just any of that. But that all directly translates into how I operate financially speaking. It's just through routine, through understanding that we have limitations, and that as often as we meet these resistances, as long as we work for the breakthroughs, then we more or less find support on ourselves, and then we grow from there. And that was all directly said in conjunction with the, how I would otherwise describe a chart. That's why I chose those words.
Yeah, I agree 100%. If you don't have discipline in life, it's going to be very hard to have discipline in trading.
Exactly. Yeah. But yeah, thank you guys again for having me. Thank you to the crowd. You're all rock stars. I love you all very much.
Yeah, we appreciate you coming. We appreciate you being part of the family. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Indeed. Redman, what you got?
Just real quick. Don't invest more than you can lose. All this can go to zero real quick. Just be smart with your money. Continue to do your own research and continue to learn, because once you stop learning, you're basically not giving yourself a chance to grow. So it doesn't matter how old you are, how young you are. Learning to me needs to be at the forefront so that I can succeed and accomplish the goals that I want to accomplish and help other people accomplish goals. But I can't help other people if I can't help myself. So it's just like what Dave and what DarkCrash were talking about with discipline. Don't take what I say or what Tony says or what Dave says or what Jimmy says, Billy says at face value. Go back and research and find your own way, So thank you for having me, and Tony, I'll send it back over to you.
All right, Jimbo. Well, I guess let me go to Dave first, because Jimbo takes us out. So Dave, what do you got?
Dave, what's going on, Dave? So I've been watching Solana. It's got a really good bounce off that naked point of control, or it was naked. Now it's been tapped a couple times, but it seems to be holding it. What I'd really rather see would if we can dip a little bit lower than that previous low that was on there. I know you guys can't see it, but I would like to see that on the Solana 1 hour chart before anything gets bullish. Otherwise, I think we're going to have to go down for a little while, like we were talking about earlier, that 210 level.
Yeah. Well, I think Andrea had a great question. We'll maybe have to catch that on the next stream, maybe in the Discord. She said, just wondering, what do you guys see with AI, quantum computing, and cryptocurrency in the next 2 years from now? I think that's a big topic to cover in just a few minutes. So we'll hold on to that till next time, Andrea. But I would just say this.
Speaking for myself, I'm not smart enough to tell you anything about quantum computing.
When we interview, who's the guy that is in charge of Microsoft? When we interview Bill Gates, then we'll have an answer for you.
Yeah, maybe. But I will say that I've been using some trading bot strategies that Patricio shared with me a couple months ago. If that's something you guys would be interested in, let us know. If you want to learn more about that, slowly digging into it. It's been helpful for me to not have such a short trading window, but maybe setting some wider margins. And I've had a little bit of success, but short-lived. So I'm not claiming anything, and I wouldn't give any advice. But if you want to learn about how to do it, maybe how to set those up and do your own research on it, let us know. So Jimmy Jim, why don't you take us out with your final thoughts?
Cards and Legos and cards. What is a handsome man like me supposed to do?
I like the pants unzip. Oh, no, everybody getting the right mindset for this week. It's going to be an interesting week. That's for sure. Go out and do something nice for someone, put a smile on their face. Let's just make the world a better place. Sound like Dr. Seuss.
Man, that's some great advice right there, Jimmy. Did you make that up on your own?
Yeah, I freestyled that. That was off the dome.
Off the dome. That's beautiful. Yeah, man. And if you guys get a chance on Thursday night, join the stream. Join the stream on Saturday. He's there all day on Saturday. There's zero reason why you can't get into that stream on Saturday. He's there for 12 hours. I mean, so you can come in and out, back and forth. You can have lunch, have dinner, go take a poop, come back. He's still streaming. So get in there, show some support, and have some fun. Who knows? I mean, we're all gamblers here. I mean, I know that we think that we have an edge because of the way that we trade, and many of us maybe we do. But man, take that little bit of fun and go take a shot over there. See if you can get a winner like I did. I mean, it's not bad to 5 extra money or 4 extra money, whatever happened there. And that's if I don't wait. So I'm not mad at it. So it's fun. Join us.
Yeah, definitely.
And you got a nice piece of art.
Indeed. And so if you're just joining us, perhaps, I mean, most of you have been with us for a while, make sure you jump in that Discord, make sure you chat. If you have one of the NFTs, make sure you connect your wallet so you can be in part of the NFT holder area. And then join us every Tuesday. We have our space coming up Tuesday. I think we're still trying to debate on the topic. We might be talking about what to do with your crypto once you cash out before the end of the bull run and where you're going to store it.
Yeah.
So,
hey, Tony.
I heard Andrea wants to know that where is everybody putting their crypto? I'm not saying she's planning a big old heist, but I think she wants to know where everybody's putting it. Sorry to interrupt you, Jeff.
If you create a map for your yard where you're going to dig and put it under a tree, don't share it with Andrea. Go for it, Ray.
Don't share that with Andrea.
Hey, just real quick. I found this week. I go through CoinGecko quite a lot, and I found out that these trading bots are now tokenized. So these are all different trading bots, and as you can see, some of them are doing pretty good. But you'll find this in the categories. You just go to cryptocurrencies, come down to categories, and then categories will pop up, and then you'll see top gainers, trading bots. These things are tokenized now. So what Tony was talking about, like I would love to learn how to utilize trading bots in my trading. Obviously, that's not the only way I would trade, but it could be another tool in your tool belt. And I didn't even know this existed until I was kind of pillaging through CoinGecko. So just to let you guys go with the little alpha.
And so the trading bots, just to be clear, the trading bots that I'm using are not like autonomous and they make decisions on their own. It's really more of a setting a wide net and then giving it parameters and says, at every 1% drop, purchase this much Bitcoin. At every 1% gain, sell that same amount. So that's the type of trading bot strategies I'm talking about. There is ways. I know there are other bots. Maybe that's what you were looking at, Jeff, that do the trading and do the thinking for you. For me, it's more like you still have to dig in. You set your parameters. You set where things are purchased and sold. And for me, it's just a way for me to a little bit set it and forget it. But that doesn't mean that there's no risk. And so I make sure there's a stop loss and take profit and try to keep very, very low leverage on it. So. Do your own research. Make sure you learn about what excites you. For me, I'm doing a lot of production and other things. For me, that was a way for me to jump back in and try to trade some crypto. And I set it and forget it for about a month, and then I check in on it every now and then. So, but if you guys are interested in learning more, we might be able to have a topic where we learn more about those maybe autonomous trading bots, and then find a strategy of how you can manage it, and maybe not just kind of run off on its own, but you can help that be part of a trading strategy that you might want to utilize for a part of your assets that are trade-worthy and that it's not taken out of your house and home. So anyways, thanks guys for joining us tonight. Thank you, fam, for being here with us. I see we still got a great audience still there. French Toasty, I see Toasty in the chat. We have Manaja 4 still with us. We have All Set, Andrea, Jesse, Mike V, P Dub, all of you joining us here. And we got this weird guy who says he's anti-crypto in the chat. Something Squirrel Shine Bob. Maybe he's a low-key crypto lover and just tries to rock the boat. Anyways, we love you too, Squirrel Shine Bob. And Billy, we hope you're feeling better. And we'll see you all Tuesday, 8 p.m. Eastern. Adios.
Call me.
We are Billy Goattail. We love you, fam. Hashtag Givers Gang. 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 We are Billy Goattail.